Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks. This is Railuge, and welcome to Clickhole, Click Ventures. Another video where I take someone else's content and make it into a video. Of course, I got this idea from more talented people than I. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing You Are the United Nations. Hold on, let me do that again. You are the United Nations Security General. Can you use the bathroom for 5 freaking minutes without World War III breaking out? Oh, this is probably going to be a little bit politically incorrect. Alright. This is the United Nations, the center of global diplomacy. Countries from all over the world gather here to bicker about their differences and get nothing accomplished. This may seem like a huge waste of time, but it's actually much better than the alternative, which is World War III. Would World War III be bad? Would World War III be good? Yes, it would be very bad. Every human would die and the earth would become a radioactive cinder. Oh, by the way, as a pretense, this is from The Onion. So it's like the things over here, like the saga continues. J.K. Rowling has announced that in the Harry Potter universe, she is a universally beloved potion shop owner who no one considers a bigot. He's not coming, babe. This woman keeps hopefully scanning the crowd at this party for Scrappy Doo. Okay. Is that some dude's arm? What is this? Ah, okay. Anyway. Every human would die, and then the Earth would become a radioactive cinder. World War III is one of the worst things that could happen. Look at all those nuclear missiles. You are the UN Security General, the Director of the United Nations. This is you. Pictured above. Apparently that's my name. Running the United Nations is a challenging job, but you know how important your work is. Without your tireless diplomatic efforts, World War III could erupt at any moment. This is the start of a new day, and it's bound to be a stressful one. You have just enough time for a soothing chamomile tea before you talk to the world leaders and try to delay nuclear holocaust a little bit longer. Brew a cup. Look at that delicious chamomile tea. I actually don't really like tea that much. Soon the weight of the world will be on your shoulders, but right now, for one brief moment, you can revive your spirits with a calming taste of chamomile. Chamomile? I think it's chamomile. Drink the tea. Second you swallow the tea, your bowel sees up in knots. Number 1 and number 2 are stirring through your guts like a pair of incestuous pythons angrily slapping against the walls of your intestines and bladder. What the hell did you just drink? Look at the tea box. Oh no, it's laxative. Joyous morning butt gush. Herbal laxative tea. Joyous morning butt gush. Oh no, you wanted to make chamomile tea, but must have grabbed the wrong box. You have to find a bathroom fast. Maybe you should do a little diplomacy first, though, before you visit the toilet. You've already left the world unattended while you had your tea, and there's no telling what mischief the countries are getting themselves into. Holding a check on the countries. Hi. I'm not about to destroy this toilet over here, so you visit the conference room where ambassadors hang out to argue with each other. Good morning, Mr. Secretary General. The diplomats greet you in unison. Your stomach is rumbling like a blender full of rocks. You really need to wrap up this diplomacy. diplomacy stuff pronto. Okay, World War III, it's bad and we don't want it. Any countries fighting here? Gotta stop that. Or, greetings, distinguished colleagues. Once again, we gather in these hollowed walls of diplomacy to settle our respective nations' disputes with the power of reason and words. Violence has no place in the interconnected world we now share. By working together, we shall build bridges of understanding that will transcend all borders and keep the grim specter of war at bay. Indeed, the prevention of the war is the seminal issue at the moment in this current crux of history. For the destructive power of atomic, I'm just going to say that World War III is bad. The French ambassador clears his throat. Yes, we are about to go to war with our hated enemy, England. Okay, Google. Is England French?
I understood. Is England French? Is that right?
Yes.
On the website Quora.com, they say, no French began to be a part of the language of England only after the Battle of Hastings in 1066.
Okay. He's lifting weights. This is a traditional form of diplomatic saber rattling that countries use to show their power. If he's doing an exercise at the United Nations, that means armed conflict could erupt between France and England at any second. What did England do? The arrogant and imperialistic British have been hogging Stonehenge all for themselves. What? You mean that Stonehenge Pokemon? What are you talking about? Why do they get to own Stonehenge? They didn't even build Stonehenge. It was Druids a long time ago. French should get a turn owning Stonehenge. If not, we have no choice but to start World War III. I feel like we're in a Carmen Sandiego game now. I don't know why. England, how do you respond to France's allegations? Oh, good God, no, please not now. Hold it. Two of them. The English ambassador scoffs disdainfully. How dare the devious French try to take our Stonehenge when they've been selfishly hoarding the Eiffel Tower to themselves for years. If France wants to do World War III, England welcomes the chance to best them in a contest of nukes. After we win, we'll bring the Eiffel Tower to London, where it belongs. I cannot do accents, by the way. I don't even know how to do a French. Instead of resorting to World War III, why don't we think of a compromise that will make everyone happy? Knowing that your pals could evacuate the entire frozen package of hot dogs you ate this morning at any moment, you have to propose a peace treaty between England and France on how to equitably divide Stonehenge and the Eiffel Tower and pronto. Propose that England trade France a nude photo of the Queen in exchange for the Eiffel Tower. Propose that France appease England by drawing a Manchester United jersey on the Mona Lisa. Both of these are designed to be awful, but this is a work of art. Well, so is the Queen, but, that would be a little bit more. The British ambassador falls silent for a long time, then takes a nude photo of the Queen out of his briefcase. This photo of the Queen's glorious bare body is one of England's most treasured possessions, he says gravely, handed it to the French ambassador. England will not trade it for anything less precious than the Eiffel Tower. The French ambassador examines the photo for a few seconds. She looks pretty good for her age, he says with utter solemnity. The British ambassador nods. Yeah, she's in her 90s, and not bad at all. The two ambassadors shake hands, signaling a new era of peace between their countries. Now that you've averted war, nothing stops you from running to the bathroom. Run to the bathroom. You sprint towards the toilets, using every ounce of willpower to contain the furious contents of your twitching asshole. The door of the UN's bathroom beckons you like a lighthouse in a storm. Dash inside. You stride triumphantly towards the toilets, ready to drop your pants and destroy the plumbing. There's no time to spare either, because shit is ramming against your sphincter like Vikings at the castle gates. There are four stalls in this bathroom. Which one do you want to use? Okay, I'm going to be honest. I never used the very first stall because that's where pretty much everybody goes when they really need to rush to the bathroom. Majority of the time, I use the, I can't believe I'm about to admit to this, but I usually use the handicap stall because there's room in there. But I only do that if there is no one that needs to use it. Which pretty much 99% of the time, when I go to use the bathroom, no one needs to use the handicap stall. There was a couple times where there was an old person there, and I actually helped them into it. I didn't help them go. Anyway, that was just a bit of a weird, Anyway, second toilet stall. The Dalai Lama is sitting on the toilet. Suffering must be our teacher, not our master, he says while smiling at you benevolently. There's quite a continuous sound of trickling urine. Sorry, Your Holiness, I didn't know the stall was occupied. Are you filled with sorrow? Says the Dalai Lama. And instead be joyous, for the world's beauty is all around you. Urine continues to steadily trickle. Actually, I'm filled with about 10 gallons of diarrhea and I need that toilet you're using. Are you going to be done soon? Our needs and wants are roadblocks on the path to Nirvana. Because Nirvana is actually a pretty decent band. You don't really need to just sit there and try to understand what they're saying. It's more of like an experience, in my opinion. The sound of urine slows down to intermittent spurts and eventually stops entirely. 5 quiet seconds passes as the Dalai Lama smiles at you. Then suddenly urine starts pouring again, twice as loud as before. What is this? The Dalai Lama's lap. Try to shit between his legs into the toilet. No, find another toilet. Third toilet stall. Former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi is sitting on the toilet. Occupied, says the brutal tyrant. My bad, I should have locked the door. He looks pissed off at me. Sorry, Mr. Gaddafi. Wait, didn't you die a while ago? An angry mob killed you. No, they only killed one of my body doubles, said Gaddafi. I was at the United Nations for a diplomatic summit when my government was overthrown, so I decided to lay low and live in the bathroom here. Can I use that toilet? Sure, help yourself, says Gaddafi as he stands and pulls up his pants. Heads up, though, I just dropped a monster deuce, and this toilet is completely clogged. Sorry about that. The odor from the toilet is absolutely horrendous. Gaddafi's dump smells like a combination of dog sweat and spoiled cheesecake. That was weird. Okay. You flick the handle a few times, but it doesn't flush. You definitely do not want to sit on top of that mess, but you need a toilet and you're getting desperate. I'm going to use this one. You sit down on top of the steaming dung and defecate. It's pretty gross feeling the polluted Gaddafi water splash up against your ass cheeks, but at least you got rid of your diarrhea. You have succeeded in using the toilet for 5 minutes without World War III breaking out, so congratulations! Technically, you win. On the downside, you get all kinds of weird diseases from exposure to Gaddafi's shit, which is to be expected from someone who slept with thousands of prostitutes and sex slaves over 4 decades. A few hours after using the bathroom, you start hemorrhaging blood from your anus and then die. After your death, there's nobody around to prevent World War III, and humanity is eradicated by nuclear warfare. If you're okay with this, you can quit now and consider this a victory, but maybe there's a way to take a shit. We write last decision. 4th toilet stall. You open the door and find Bill Gates sitting on the toilet, but not actually defecating. The toilet lid is down and Bill Gates' pants are up. The billionaire philanthropist is lost in thought and doesn't notice you enter. Hello, Mr. Gates, are you using that toilet? Oh, I do not know how he talks. Oh, hello, Security General, says Bill Gates. No, I don't need to use the bathroom. I just came here to think about all the strides the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has made in the fight against malaria. The bathroom is one of my favorite quiet places to think about doing charity. Not using that toilet, can I please use it? Sure, of course you can use this toilet, says Bill Gates. Unfortunately, not everyone on Earth has a toilet, and other unfortunate people have malaria, a serious and sometimes deadly disease spread by mosquitoes. There are over 200 million cases of malaria each year. It's an enduring problem that I hope to fix in my lifetime. Did he die yet? I don't know. Yeah, sure, on behalf of the United Nations, I commend your efforts against malaria. Now, please stand up so I can use that toilet. Alright, you need to use the toilet, says Bill Gates. I forgot because I was talking about malaria. A serious disease endemic in tropical climates. Combating malaria would require a threefold approach. 1. Reducing mosquito populations by eliminating standing water sources and employing today's use of pesticides. 2. Developing effective drugs and vaccines to protect at-risk populations from malaria. 3. Employing barriers such as mosquito nets to prevent contact between humans and mosquitoes. I agree with 2 out of the 3. Bill, I think there's a mosquito trapped in my car, and it might be carrying malaria. Velvet. Oh god, no. Don't worry, I'll squash it, shouts Bill Gates. He runs out to the United Nations parking lot, hops into his car, and drives into your car at 90 miles per hour, totaling both vehicles. Bill Gates dizzily climbs out of the wreckage of his car. He has a long gash bleeding on his forehead where it hit the steering wheel. I don't see the mosquito, he shouts in warning. I think it got away. Don't let it bite you or you might get malaria. You've successfully tricked Bill Gates into leaving the toilet. Sound now on an occupied toilet. Drop your pants and lower yourself down. The ring of the toilet seat feels cool and refreshing on your buttocks. Just as you prepare to tense your colon and expel all the filth, there is a loud commotion from outside the bathroom. You hear and you're shouting. Someone screams, if World War III is what you want, then World War III is what you're going to get. Oh no. Hold it even longer. The shouting seems to be coming from the UN main assembly hall. Summoning all your willpower to clench your ass cheeks shut, you waddle over to investigate. Enter the assembly hall. George Clooney rushes over to you when you enter the assembly hall. You've come in just in time, Security General, says the actor human rights activist. We were having a routine diplomatic conference on Syrian refugee resettlement when the United States and Russian ambassadors suddenly lost it. They've been screaming at each other that they're going to start World War III. You've got to do something. Forward, George. I'll speak to the U.S. and Russian ambassadors and sort this mess out. I love you in Ocean's 11. I've actually have not seen that movie. I know what it's about and it doesn't seem interesting to me. This is going to be that one SAP, isn't it? Why, hello. You approach the U.S. ambassador and discover he's displaying his muscles in an intimidating pose. Traditional diplomatic ploy used to intimidate enemy nations. with a great package. Russia better watch out because the United States has nukes, he screamed while kissing his biceps. We can shoot the nukes into the skies so they land on Russia, and that would be pretty for them. Not to be pretty for them. Excuse me. Oh my. That vein, though. No, it's America that better watch out, shouts back the Russian ambassador while individually flexing his pectoral muscles so that it looks like his breasts are dancing. Because Russia has nukes, and we can shoot those nukes right up into the sky so they land on the United States, and the U.S. will not enjoy the nukes. No, sirree. Gentlemen, please, why are you fighting? It's because Russia keeps hogging our mutually shared atomic bomb, says the U.S. ambassador, gesturing at a nuclear warhead sitting against the wall. We want to keep atomic bombs in the UN to threaten each other, but atomic bombs are pretty big, explains the Russian ambassador, so we brought in one atomic bomb and shared it to save space. There's a nuclear bomb in the United Nations? Nobody asked my permission for this. Yeah, and Russia keeps turning their key, complains the U.S. ambassador. There are 2 keys to activate the nuclear bomb, and we each have one. It's so much fun to turn the keys, but we can't do it at the same time where the countdown starts. I'm stepping on my Legos. Naughty cats playing with my Legos. You didn't ask permission. I was only turning my key because you were turning your key, counters the Russian ambassador. Why should you get to have all the fun of turning a key? Well, I was only turning my key because you were turning your key, says the U.S. ambassador, and because of this dope turning his key when I turn my key, now the bomb is going to detonate in 60 seconds. No, it's your fault the bomb is going to detonate in 60 seconds, says the Russian ambassador. You turned your key when I turned my key. This bomb is going to explode in 60 seconds? Yeah, it's going to blow us all up, and then we're going to get revenge on each other by doing World War III. Doing World War III, says the U.S. ambassador. Too bad there's no way to defuse the bomb, says the Russian ambassador. The only design flaw this bomb has is that it shuts off if it gets wet and dirty, but that's no help to us. No. How will you stop the nuclear bomb? You know that whatever you decided now will be. How will you stop the nuclear bomb? You know that whatever you decide now will be a final, irreversible choice. The fate of the world hangs in the balance. Shit on the nuclear bomb. There's an ass cheek, a very hairy ass cheek on my screen. That is an insanely hairy ass cheek. Diplomats from all nations gathered to watch as you strip off your clothes and seat your bare ass down on the nuclear bomb. Then you open the floodgates, unleashing a tsunami of hot diarrhea all over the nuke. After an initial vanguard of liquid shit, you start spraying the bomb with your urine while simultaneously releasing several pounds of moist turds with the consistency of brownie bites floating in dog food. The bowel movement noise from your fluttering asshole is a cacophonous roar that sounds like the MGM line getting blown up during a 4th of July fireworks show. Who writes this? Like, the similes are, like, outstanding. All this fecal waste drips down onto the nuclear bomb's inner mechanism. The countdown timer stops with 1 second remaining. See how the world's diplomats react to your public defecation. The ambassadors from all the world's nations give your massive dump a standing ovation. Bravo, Security General, they shout. By shitting on the nuclear bomb, you eloquently illustrate how messy and unpleasant nuclear war would be. We used to think World War III might be good, but you shit on a bomb. And that visual metaphor explained that World War III would be bad. The diplomats set aside their differences and that afternoon signed a peace treaty to forever prevent World War III from happening. You go down in history as the greatest Secretary General the United Nations has ever known, and a giant bronze statue of you taking your historic shit is installed in the lobby of the United Nations. This is great. This was great. I'm glad I decided to do this. This might be a one-off, though. I don't know if I'm going to do more unless people actually want me to do more. Because there's, like, quizzes. I don't know what Kidhole is. That sounds naughty. There's videos, apparently. But, check out Clickhole for yourself. Just clickhole.com. I guess I'll leave a link in the description down below, if I remember. I've noticed I forgot a couple times when I said I'd do that, and I didn't do that. I didn't even put it in the description once. So anyway, let me know what you think about this. I love The Onion, and I hate it when people use The Onion as, like, facts and truths about things, because The Onion is a satire website. They have satire articles, and they've actually told you straight up that there are satire articles. I mean, look up, I think it's like ordinary bullshit. It's like ordinary bullshit that the news cover because they have to fill in 24 hours of news coverage. Or something like that. Anyway, click on whichever thumb you think is appropriate for this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see some of the other stuff that I do. And until next time, shit for peace.